Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I'm FPKS. In this edition, we'll present all the latest and interesting information around the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. The House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia reminds the Indonesian government to anticipate the economic development in Asia and Europe, following to the economic growth in the future that is predicted to shift to the eastern countries, where previously the economic growth are mainly concentrated in the western countries. The delegation of Indonesian Parliament attends the second meeting of speakers of Eurasian countries' parliaments in Seoul, South Korea recently. The delegation of Indonesian Parliament are led by Vice Speaker of the House FAHRI HAMZAH, accompanied by the Chairwoman of Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation Committee of the House, Nurhayati Ali Assegaf, and member of the Committee for Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation SARTONO, to second MSEAP conference which attended by parliamentary leaders from 24 countries across Europe and Asia. Speaking in this event, Vice Speaker of the House FAHRI HAMZAH expressed the importance of this forum, as the global economy in the future will incline to shift from west and to be dominated by East countries. Thus, FAHRI HAMZAH says the Indonesian government must respond positively to this forum, as this is the chance for Indonesia to take examples for South Korea, a host country for this event which able to record a high economical growth and income per capita, despite the ongoing war with North Korea.
Dan memang ini menjadi menarik karena menyeret pertumbuhan itu ke timur yang tadinya didominasi oleh negara-negara di barat yang dianggapnya itu senja dalam ekonomi, ya, karena istilah ekonomi itu sudah saturated, ya, sudah pol lah ekonominya itu. Nah, karena itu sekali lagi kita harus terlibat secara serius dan implementasinya pada level eksekutif ini juga harus berjalan dengan baik.
The meeting of second MSEAP result in 10 resolutions concerning on war, peace, economy, stability and mutual prosperity through sustainable development, and supporting the role and function of each country's parliament for mutual prosperity, to create a peaceful region within and between countries. A member of Indonesian delegation Sartono says, the delegation of Indonesian Parliament also submitted a draft proposal concerning on evacuation, so that the issue of evacuation become a serious concern for both Asian and Europe countries.
Beberapa negara dan dari Indonesia sendiri juga memberikan draft usulan perihal tentang pengungsi, ya, yang selama ini karena kita juga sebagai daerah transit. Nah, ini juga perlu concern juga di kawasan ini. Untuk itulah perlunya kawasan yang damai supaya tidak akan terjadi juga pengungsi keluar dari negaranya.
From Seoul, South Korea, Iqbal Subarzah and Septia Chaniago, Dpr Parliament report. The Working Committee of Commission 3 of the House encourages the quality improvement on high judges and Supreme Court judges, that followed by the division of supervisory authority between the Supreme Court and Judicial Commission in the Judge Position Bill to realize a better performance of law enforcement in Indonesia. Speaking in Nusantara 2 buildings, Senayan, Jakarta, the member of Commission 3 of the House, TAUFIQULHADI, says there are still many problems in law enforcement process of some legal cases, such as judges' injustice manner in determining cases. Moreover, the clarity of supervisory authority over the judges is needed, such as the limitation of Judicial Commission and the Supreme Court authority in supervising the performance of judges. Through the revision of judge position law, the judges are expected to improve its performance quality, which aims to prevent another judge bribing case in the future and realize a fair justice to the Indonesian people.
Masalah pengawasan tidak didominasi oleh satu lembaga saja. Nah, kami berpikir bahwa itu tidak bisa dominasi itu dilakukan oleh MA. Jadi misalnya masalah rekrutmen dan masalah lain itu harus ada keterlibatan Komisi Yudisial juga.
Meanwhile, the member of Commission 3 of the House, Muslim AYUB, explains input from experts will become the basis of the discussion of judge position bill. He further states this revision is not to reduce or increase the term of judges, but to improve their quality by improving the recruitment system.
Kita tidak mau bahwa jabatan hakim itu kita pangkas ataupun kita naikkan. Tinggal lagi kita lihat wacana nanti perkembangan. Ini bukan maunya DPR, jabatan hakim itu maunya bagaimana tanggapan-tanggapan dari pakar dan dari kampus-kampus yang ada di Indonesia ini. Nanti apabila kita sudah melaksanakan kegiatan-kegiatan panjang ini, mungkin ada dapat gambaran apa sebenarnya.
Hilman, Sanjaya, and Septia, Dpr Parlemen Report. Vice Speaker for People's Welfare of the House, FAHRI HAMZAH, encourages the Corruption Eradication Commission, or KPK, to benchmark South Korea's Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission, or ACRC, in handling corruption cases where KPK is not required to do wiretapping in the effort of eradicating corruption, but instead maximize the investigation through audit process. FAHRI HAMZAH, together with the chairman and a member of Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation Committee of the House, Nurhayati and Sartono, encountered the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission, or ACRC, in Seoul, South Korea. ACRC is a joint institution that includes South Korea's ombudsman. FAHRI admits to receiving a lot of input where corruption eradication cannot be done by one institution. In FAHRI's opinion, different from Corruption Eradication Commission, or KPK, ACRC works by auditing, not wiretapping. The audit results then reported to the President, Parliament, and other related institutions to coordinate the next step of conducting law enforcement process.
Satu yang membuat mereka shock bahkan mendengarnya itu bahwa KPK itu punya hak menyadap siapa saja, ya. Sesuatu yang di sini itu nggak ada hak-hak itu. Jadi di mana dia mendapatkan proof dari tindakan korupsi? Ya lebih banyak dari audit. Ini kayak presidennya baru jatuh. Jatuhnya itu karena apa? Bukan karena disadap, tapi karena ada audit.
The Vice Speaker of the House, FAHRI HAMZAH, agrees with ACRC works manner that focus more on corruption prevention. FAHRI ensures he will make a report from meeting results with ACRC as a recommendation for ad hoc committee of inquiry rights to improve corruption handling in Indonesia.
Serem mereka membayangkan ada hak menyadap itu, ya, karena itu adalah pelanggaran HAM berat. Kalau kita enggak, itu kita anggap satu cara. Nah inilah hal-hal yang perlu kita perbaiki ke depan. Saya kira kita perlu belajar dari Korea Selatan ini.
From Seoul, South Korea, Iqbal and Septia, Dpr Parlemen Report. Responding to the increasing number of terror attacks against police officers, Vice Speaker for Politics and Security of the House, Fadlizon, urges the Indonesian National Police to truly investigate the motive and network of the ongoing series of terror acts. Speaking in Nusantara 3 Building, Senayan, Jakarta, Fadlizon assessed a heavy sentence and an in-depth analysis to the terror attacks perpetrators is needed to know whether the terror act series against the police have been systematically prepared. This is to prevent another terror attacks in the future, as it will disturb community comfort and security. On the other hand, according to Fadli, police officers need to evaluate the performance of law enforcement so that police officers in charge can remain safe and protected.
Di satu sisi ini tentu kita harus kutuk sebagai satu teror yang biadab, ya. Tetapi di sisi lain juga harus ada introspeksi. Kenapa polisi menjadi sasaran? Mungkin ada puasan ya, terhadap penegakan hukum yang dianggap mungkin tidak adil, ya, dan tidak sesuai dengan aturan gitu ya.
The Vice Speaker for Politics and Security of the House, Fadlizon, appeals to the public not to be afraid by the terror acts against police officers, and he further encouraged the people to immediately report if the public spot any activities that threaten their security. Fadli ensures the House and the government are committed to improve the security system in all regions.
Saya sudah bicara ini dari beberapa tahun yang lalu, dari 3 tahun yang lalu ya, seingat saya. Tidak ada regulasi itu. Orang masih mudah kok membeli SIM card dengan harga Rp5.000, membuka akun-akun palsu, hoax, bisa membuat berita hoax, ya, hoax, bisa membuat buzzer dengan mudah gitu. Nah, ini kan harus ada aturan main.
Hilman Nurbani and Septia, Dpr Parlemen report. The Ad Hoc Committee of the Inquiry Rights on Corruption Eradication Committee, or KPK of the House, will gather the information from the convicted corruption cases and find out whether there is an injustice in KPK's way in conducting corruption cases. Moreover, the Ad Hoc Committee of the Inquiry Right will also dig more regarding the extent of Indonesian National Police role in supporting KPK's performance. Vice Chairman of Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights of the House, Risa Mariska, explains the reason of Ad Hoc Committee meeting with the corruption case inmates is to explore a more detailed information on investigation process done by the KPK, which are experienced by the inmates. Risa revealed so far that there are many indications of injustice in KPK's way when handling corruption cases. Despite the indications, the House and especially the Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights upholds the principle of presumption of innocence, which caused the Ad Hoc Committee to feel the importance to gather the informations and explanation directly from the convicted corruption cases.
Kita sebenarnya fokusnya kepada proses penyidikannya pada saat di KPK. Apakah ada penyimpangan atau hal-hal yang dirasa merugikan dan melanggar HAM lah. Itu karena kita sering dengar sebetulnya. Tapi kan kita nggak bisa bilang itu menjadi fakta kita. Kita harus cari faktanya lah.
Member of Ad Hoc Committee of KPK's Right of Inquiry, Muhammad Misbahun says, the Ad Hoc Committee wants to know the extent of police officer role in supporting KPK's activities all this time. The Ad Hoc Committee assesses this has become one of the most important information since so far there are a large number of police officers who are assigned to help KPK in handling corruption cases. On the other hand, Ms. Bakun also emphasized the importance of thorough and accurate data collection regarding all corruption cases ever handled by KPK and to what extent the process was, so that the effectiveness of KPK can be known.
Peran kepolisian dalam mendukung kegiatan KPK itu apa saja, baik itu secara personil, ya kan, secara perlengkapan, peralatan dan sebagainya, itu apa saja, dan itu yang perlu kita tanyakan.
Nur Fuad Ade Ardiansyah and Septia, Dpr Parlemen report. The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation encourages the enhancement of bilateral partnership relation between both government and parliaments of Indonesia and Chile, considering that Chile has been playing as a role as one of the strategic markets for Indonesian export products, especially in Latin America and Caribbean Group region, or GRULAC. Speaking in Nusantara Tree Building, Jakarta, after a bilateral meeting between Indonesia and the ambassador of Chile to Indonesia, Mr. Federico Salas, the chairwoman of Interparliamentary Cooperation Committee of the House, Nurhayati Ali Assegaf, says Chile is one of important markets for export products from Indonesia, especially in Latin America region. Therefore, Nurhayati affirms the House will continue to do bilateral meetings with the Chilean representative, aiming to ensure that all policies taken by Chile Parliament, whether in international trade or other economic policies, can affect Indonesia's economic growth positively.
Kita punya grup kerjasama bilateral antara Indonesia dan Chile sudah terbangun dan mereka sudah berkunjung ke Chile untuk tentunya menindaklanjuti dan bekerja sama, misalnya ada misalnya kita minus ya defisit ekspor kita dan lain sebagainya, itu biasanya melalui parlemen pembicaraan itu juga kita bahas begitu.
Furthermore, Nurhayati says the meeting also discusses the policy taken by American President Donald Trump, which withdraws his country's participation from Trans-Pacific Partnership and Paris Agreement on Climate Change, which attracts many criticism from various parties in the world. Nurhayati also invites Chile's participation in World Parliamentarian Forum on Sustainable Development, as a forum initiated by Indonesia, where the first Congress will be held in Bali September this year. Nanda Octaviani, Rifki and Septia, Dpr Parlemen reports. Commission 8 of the House will soon propose compensation fund to replace housing aid from the government to the ex-refugee of Maluku and North Maluku who suffer losses due to the conflict in Maluku and North Maluku. Furthermore, in a meeting between Commission 8 of the House and the Ministry of Social Affairs, the compensation fund will be included to the Ministry of Social Affairs budget, both in 2017 revised budget and in 2018 proposed budget. Chairman of Commission 8 of the House, Ali Taher, stresses Commission 8 of the House will soon discuss the settlement of compensation fund for ex-refugees of Maluku and North Maluku, who still has not received any support from the government, that aims to prevent any discrimination sentiment from Maluku and North Maluku ex-refugees to the central government. According to Ali, the state must take active role in resolving refugees' problems throughout Indonesia, since they also have the right to have a normal life, such as approximately 53 and 800,000 families of Maluku and Northern Maluku ex-refugees who currently resides in Southeast Sulawesi.
Dari segi sosial maupun dari sisi ekonomi, maka mereka memperjuangkan agar kiranya Komisi 8 DPR lewat pagu anggaran yang akan datang agar bisa mengalokasikan bersama dengan pemerintah 10 juta per KK.
Meanwhile, the member of the People's Representative Council of Southeast Sulawesi, Yaudu Salam Ajo, says the People's Representative Council of the Southeast Sulawesi has been fighting for this issue since 2010. Therefore, Yaudu hopes after this compensation fund is submitted to the Ministry of Social Affairs, the disbursement of compensation fund issues for Maluku and North Maluku refugee can be resolved immediately. Yaudu also hopes the government can give more attention to the refugees in some areas of Indonesia, especially in East Nusa Tenggara, Southeast Sulawesi, and Maluku.
Apa yang menjadi harapan masyarakat Sulawesi Tenggara, khususnya pengungsi ex Maluku Maluku Utara ini bisa diterima dengan baik dan insya Allah akan diperjuangkan sesuai dengan fungsi dan kewenangan dari Dpr Ri termasuk dengan pemerintah pusat.
Ayu Julian and Saptia, TVR Parlemen, report. The Ad Hoc Committee of the KPK Inquiry Rights of the House urges the Corruption Eradication Commission or KPK to invite Miriam S. Haryani in the meeting of the Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights that aim to clarify various problems. Therefore, in accordance to MD3 law, the Ad Hoc Committee demands the Indonesian National Police to help for Miriam attendance in the next Ad Hoc Committee meeting. The member of the Ad Hoc Committee of KPK's Inquiry Rights, Muhammad Misbakun, says in accordance to MD3 law, the Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights of the House has the authority to coerce Miriam Haryani attendance by asking for the help from Indonesian National Police if Miriam still can be presented in the next Ad Hoc Committee meetings. Ms. Bakun explains the Ad Hoc Committee Inquiry Rights are only need a clarification for Miriam S. Haryani regarding whether there is a pressure experienced by Miriam from some members of the House. Ms. Bakun hopes the Corruption Eradication Committee will not make further problems by not presenting Miriam in the next meeting of Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights.
Dan harapan saya KPK menghadirkan Miriam supaya tidak menimbulkan kegaduhan-kegaduhan baru. Enggak, untuk dihadirkan, yang diminta itu adalah polisi ikut membantu menghadirkan. Itu, panggil paksa.
Similar thing is expressed by the member of the Ad Hoc Committee of KPK Right of Inquiry, Arsul Sani. According to Arsul Sani, in regards to MD3 law, it is right for the police to help the Ad Hoc Committee of Inquiry Rights to present Miriam S. Haryani that aims to reduce or even remove the problem of corruption in Indonesia in the future. Arsul Sani further says, aside from calling Miriam to clarify, another major issue that will be addressed at the meeting of the Ad Hoc Committee Inquiry Rights is about improving governance on corruption cases handling manner and budget governance.
Polri pada saat itu menganggap sudah cukup dengan rumusan seperti itu. Nah, kalau Kapolri sekarang mengatakan itu tidak cukup, itulah makanya kita sarankan Pak Kapolrinya untuk juga kembali berdiskusi dengan Pak Kapolri pada saat itu dan tim Polri pada saat itu.
Hilman Hidayat, Dwi and Saptia, TVR Parlemen, report. And that rounds up this edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew of TVR Parlemen, we would like to thank you for your attention. and we will meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. From me, Rizky Hawadi, once again, thanks for watching and goodbye.